Desertification and sustainable land management, best practices. Desertification and sustainable land management, best practices. Introduction. Desertification is a global environmental issue that affects more than 250 million people around the world, primarily in dryland regions. It refers to the process of land degradation in arid, semi-arid, and subhumid areas, resulting in the transformation of once fertile land into desert-like conditions. Desertification poses significant threats to ecosystems, biodiversity, agricultural producti, and the livelihoods of local communities. However, through the implementation of sustainable land management practices, we can mitigate desertification and promote the restoration and protection of valuable land resources. This article explores best practices for sustainable land management and their role in combating desertification. Understanding desertification. Desertification is driven by multiple factors, including climate change, population growth, poverty, overgrazing, deforestation, improper agricultural practices, and unsustainable water management. These factors often interact and exacerbate the process, leading to degraded soil quality, decreased vegetation cover, water scarcity, and increased vulnerability to droughts. Best practices for sustainable land management. 1. Conservation agriculture. Conservation agriculture involves minimizing soil disturbance, maintaining permanent soil cover, and diversifying crop rotations. By reducing soil erosion, increasing water infiltration, and enhancing soil fertility, this practice aids in the prevention of desertification. Conservation agriculture also promotes the use of organic matter and the integration of trees on farmland, enhancing the overall health and resilience of ecosystems. 2. Afforestation and reforestation. Planting trees and restoring forests in degraded areas can play a pivotal role in combating desertification. Trees help stabilize soil, reduce wind erosion, and provide shade and moisture, creating a conducive environment for other vegetation to grow. Well-planned afforestation and reforestation initiatives can also contribute to carbon sequestration, mitigating climate change and fostering sustainable development. 3. Agroforestry. Agroforestry integrates trees with agricultural crops or livestock production systems. Through this practice, farmers can diversify their income sources, improve soil fertility, and enhance water retention capacities. Agroforestry systems not only prevent desertification by reducing soil erosion but also promote biodiversity, provide habitats for wildlife, and conserve water resources. 4. Water management. Proper water management is crucial for sustainable land management. Implementing techniques such as rainwater harvesting, drip irrigation, and water-efficient farming practices can optimize the use of available water resources. By reducing water scarcity in dryland regions, these practices support vegetation growth, help restore degraded areas, and combat desertification. 5. Integrated watershed management. Integrated watershed management focuses on managing the land and water resources within a particular watershed as an interconnected system. This approach incorporates various measures such as soil conservation, reforestation, and sustainable irrigation practices to restore and maintain hydrological balance. Integrated watershed management facilitates the regeneration of ecosystems and prevents T. Further spread of desertification. 6. Soil conservation. Conserving soil is essential for sustainable land management. There are several practices that can prevent soil erosion, including contour plowing, terracing, and the use of cover crops. These approaches help retain water, enhance soil structure, and protect against wind and water erosion, maintaining the integrity and fertility of the land. 7. Community involvement and education. Engaging local communities and raising awareness about desertification and sustainable land management is vital for long-term success. The importance of research and innovation in sustainable land management. In addition to the best practices mentioned above, research and innovation play a crucial role in advancing sustainable land management strategies. Research can provide insights into the underlying causes of desertification, assess the effectiveness of different land management practices, and identify areas where interventions are most needed. IT can also help us anticipate and adapt to the impacts of climate change on land degradation, allowing us to develop resilient and sustainable management strategies. Furthermore, innovation in technology and techniques can significantly enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of sustainable land management. For instance, the use of remote sensing and geographic information system (GIS) technologies can provide valuable data on land cover change, soil moisture, and vegetation health. This data can inform decision-making and help identify priority areas for intervention. These technological advancements have the potential to revolutionize farming practices and contribute to sustainable land management efforts. Collaboration and knowledge sharing. To achieve meaningful and lasting results in combating desertification, collaboration and knowledge sharing among stakeholders are essential. Governments, international organizations, NGOs, research institutions, and local communities must work together to develop and implement sustainable land management strategies. Collaboration can facilitate the exchange of knowledge, expertise, and resources, allowing for the development and scaling up of best practices. It can also help mobilize funding for land restoration projects and ensure that policies and regulations are in place to support sustainable land management. Furthermore, sharing knowledge and experiences from successful initiatives can inspire and motivate others to adopt sustainable land management practices. Platforms for dialogue and information sharing, such as conferences, workshops, and online forums, can facilitate the dissemination of best practices and foster learning among different stakeholders. Policy and financial support. To create an enabling environment for sustainable land management, governments need to prioritize the issue of desertification and incorporate it into national policies and strategies. Financial support is also crucial to ensure the implementation and scaling up of sustainable land management initiatives. National and international funding mechanisms, such as grants, loans, and investment programs, can provide the necessary resources to support land restoration projects and capacity building efforts. Additionally, sustainable land management should be integrated into development programs and agendas, such as the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. By aligning land management practices with broader development objectives, we can address multiple challenges simultaneously and achieve sustainable and inclusive development. The role of education and awareness. Education and awareness play a vital role in promoting sustainable land management practices and combating desertification. Schools and educational institutions can incorporate lessons and activities on desertification and sustainable land management into their curriculum. This will help raise awareness among future generations and empower them to become stewards of the land. Engaging students in hands-on activities, such as tree planting or soil conservation projects, can also foster a deeper understanding of the importance of sustainable land management.